Okay, good morning. What a way for us to start our morning on December 17, ano? This is not an announcement of Mainnet. Wala pa po tayong Mainnet. Nasa announcement po. But basically, I'm going to discuss with you in this video about the announcement, no? Mainnet roadmap and checklist. So, in this discussion, dalawa kasi siya, so let us separate them into two. So itong i-discuss ko now in this video is the mainnet roadmap, no? Let's first read yung announcement ni Pi Core team. Sabi niya, it was posted December 17th at 1:36 a.m. So tulog pa tayo lahat, konti lang yung gising, no? But anyway, here we are releasing the new roadmap chapter of the white paper today and introducing more details about the mainnet phase. In the next few days, the mainnet will be released and become live, which will initiate an intermediate and closed network period of the mainnet. Tap roadmap to read more in detail. We're also releasing the mainnet checklist for you to view the steps you need to prepare for your transfer to the mainnet. Okay, so this video will discuss yung roadmap. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, yung roadmap, it's basically white paper. It's updated. So basically, it has the phases. You have phase 1, the beta. Now it's already there. We have read this before. So phase 2 testnet. We are at testnet right now. Phase 2. So we all know this, ha? So we are going to specifically talk about yung after the testnet. Pagka nag-mainnet na tayo, ito na, phase 3 mainnet. Alright, so there you go. Phase 3 mainnet. Okay, in December 2021, this month, the mainnet of Pi will go live. Yan ha. Sa mga medyo excited na, this month na yan. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. It's just 14 days left. 14 days. Within 14 days, you have your mainnet na. Okay? The migration of Pioneer balances from their phone account to the mainnet starts during this period. Sabi, yung mga Pi balances natin mata-transfer na sa mainnet during this period. KYC authentication of a Pioneer precedes their balance migration to the mainnet. Ang ibig sabihin lang nito is, mauuna pa rin talaga yung KYC. Dapat KYC muna bago mai-transfer yung balances natin sa... So ito, mobile balance na tawag dyan. This thing you're seeing, 266.8352, mobile balance yan. As explained earlier in my previous videos, that is just the mobile balance. Hindi yan yung full balance na makukuha mo, because sometimes it might be something na na-share mo with other pioneers in either your security circle or your earning team. Okay, so ayun, need mo muna mag-KYC, yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Alright, in order to allow for sufficient time for millions of pioneers to successfully complete their KYC verification, create utilities in the Pi ecosystem, and continue to iterate on our technology and ecosystem design, the mainnet will have 2 periods. So, sinabi yan. Ayan. Naklaro na there are 2 periods. Merong una, which is first is firewalled mainnet. Okay. Firewalled na siya. Firewalled mainnet or enclosed network. So firewalled mainnet, it means siguro may firewall. Meron talaga siyang safeguard na hindi tayo the system, our blockchain, our not necessarily marketplace, the Pi network sanctioned the Pi network na system, firewalled siya, and kumbaga exclusive lang siya sa mga dun sa nakalagay sa Pi network, and siguro exclusive between us pioneers lang. So alright, so yun. And number 2, ito na siguro yung and everyone is really waiting for the open mainnet, which is yun na, anything goes na. It's no longer firewalled, I would guess, and hindi na free na everyone to use their Pi wherever they want. Okay, so sige, paano natin yung enclosed network period? Ayan, the enclosed network period. This period will begin in December 2021. Ito na yan, somewhere within 14 days. The enclosed network period means that the mainnet is live but with a firewall that prevents any unwanted external connectivity. Okay, wala tayong connection sa labas. So, pioneers will be able to take time to KYC and migrate their Pi to the live mainnet blockchain. Any balance migrated to the mainnet can be used by the choice of the pioneer to purchase goods and services in Pi apps, transfer to other pioneers, or get locked up for a duration of time for a higher mining rate. KYC pioneers will be able to use their Pi on the mainnet freely in an enclosed environment within Pi network. However, this period will not allow connectivity between Pi blockchain and other blockchains. Okay, klaro na ba? Klaro sa inyo? Three yung niya, tatlo yung pwede mong magawa as a pioneer while we are at the enclosed network. Una, you can purchase goods and services in Pi apps. So, sa loob ng Pi app na sa Pi browser. So, very important na i-download nyo na yung Pi app ninyo. Okay? And, pangalawa, transfer to other pioneers. So, as long as tong pioneers na to, actually, pwede ka mag-transfer to any pioneer as long as pioneer talaga sila. You can transfer your Pi to them. Depende na yung transaction sa inyong dalawa. Mapag-agreehan ninyo. Or get locked up for a duration of time for a higher mining rate. Okay, so we discussed this na before, di ba? Yung lock-up na sinasabi. KYC pioneers will be able to use their Pi on the mainnet freely in an enclosed environment within the Pi network. However, this period will not allow connectivity between the Pi blockchain and other blockchains. Yeah, so that's basically what the enclosed network means. No connectivity between the Pi blockchain and other blockchains. Tapos may mga restrictions. May mga limited yung pwede natin gawin, which is use your Pi to purchase goods and services in the Pi apps, and then transfer Pi to other pioneers, or if you want to save your Pis, you can save it, you can lock it up for a duration of time for a higher mining rate. Okay, all right, ngayon i-discuss yung advantages of the two-period approach to mainnet. Bakit naging dalawa? Bakit hindi na ng diretsong mainnet, di ba? So, sabi niya, there are multiple advantages to having an intermediate and closed period to ramp up to the fully open mainnet. This approach allows time para millions of pioneers worldwide mag-pass na ng KYC, and then building and deploying more Pi apps and allowing more utilities to be created and used. Ngayon, so more Pi apps within our Pi browsers para magamit ng mga KYC mga pioneers na KYC na, and they can use their Pi, and transitioning Pi apps deployed on the testnet to the mainnet. So bibigyan ng time to transition yung Pi apps from the testnet, kasi marami ng Pi apps na they're testing their apps at the testnet, and then migrate na sila sa mainnet, and then iterating on any modifications and adjustments to the mainnet and the ecosystem before the open network. Galing, no? So that means talagang gusto nila smooth yung transition. Meaning kung meron mga bugs, dito na gagawin habang nandito tayo sa enclosed mainnet. So by that time na siguro mag full mainnet na, na siya, well-oiled machine na ang ating network. Alright, so basahin pa natin ulit. The enclosed network period allows time for millions of pioneers to KYC and migrate to the Pi network, migrate their Pi to the mainnet. Only a small fraction of pioneers have been able to complete their KYC around the launch of the mainnet. Over the coming months, we will continue to roll out the KYC solution to more pioneers and help them complete their KYC. If we move directly from testnet to open network, this would mean that the pioneers who were able to KYC before others would have Pi available for use outside the Pi platform, while the pioneers still waiting to complete their KYC would not yet have this privilege. The speed at which pioneers all over the world are able to complete their KYC will depend on the speed at which each local community provides a KYC validator crowd workforce, as well as the speed at which the individual pioneers participate in the KYC. So, it just basically means na the enclosed network is there dahil nga bibigyan tayo na enough time para ma-KYC tayo. By the time na full mainnet na, open na siya, almost all of us, pioneers, are already KYC'd and magagamit na natin lahat. Hindi yung a few people lang, which is yung mga KYC right now, which is just maybe 1 million na, o baka nga less than 1 million pa lang yata yung KYC, no? So, this is a good time for us to transition. Tsaka para pagka nag-open na siya talaga, hindi, you wouldn't feel, hindi na mararamdaman na, ay, buti pa sila, nakakapag-transact na sila, no? So, I would guess this just means na by the time na mag-open mainnet na, it means lahat tayo, kaya natin gawin lahat yung, we have the same capability na. Alright? Okay. So, tayo. Ito pa. Having the enclosed network period gives time for millions of pioneers to complete their KYC and transfer their Pi to the mainnet. This way, all the pioneers who are willing and able to complete their KYC in a reasonable period of time get to use their Pi outside of the Pi platform at once. O yun, sinabi ko kanina, di ba? Given that external connectivity between Pi blockchain and other blockchains or systems is not allowed during the enclosed period, this further helps pioneers focus on transitioning to mainnet without any influences external to the Pi blockchain. O yun, sabi nga yan. So, mas maganda yung meron tayong parang interim phase na talagang tayo lang, exclusive lang sa atin. And then makikita natin how it works within the Pi community, no? So, meron tayong enough time to test things, and we have enough time to, make our ecosystem grow na walang influence yung external na blockchains or external other factors, whatever we are thinking about when fully open mainnet na. Okay. Yeah. This period will also help the community focus on creating utilities and bootstrapping the ecosystem without any external distractions, consistent with the vision of the Pi network to enable a utility-based ecosystem. This allows apps to deploy on mainnet and create utilities for pioneers. Pi apps will be able to switch from testnet to mainnet to production mode for real Pi transactions. At this time, KYC pioneers will be able to spend their Pi on Pi apps, boosting utilities creation and bootstrapping the Pi ecosystem before the open network. This gradual and deliberate ramp to open network will help the apps as well as the Pi network to uncover and resolve any glitches in the market and the technology. Thus, a closed network period is in line with Pi's vision of a utility-based ecosystem and its iterative philosophy. So, diba? Nasabi ko na rin yan kanina. So, just to add, so sa pagkakasabi ito, yun nga, it gives time para sa mga Pi network app developers to, to fine-tune their apps para magamit ng mga pioneers for, as utilities, as direct use of their Pis. No? So maganda to, hindi yung biglaan and then, ang daming mga bugs. So, we wouldn't want that to happen, right? So, I'm very, very happy dito sa ganitong setup kasi tama naman talaga, it makes sense. We need to really need to be a well-oiled machine na by open mainnet. Okay? So, ayan, moreover, the enclosed network will allow the mainnet to run with the production data in real Pi, which differs from the testnet. Data gathered using the during the enclosed network will help calibrate and tweak any configurations and formulae if necessary, to ensure a stable and successful open network. O yun na nga, sinabi ko, di ba? Dahil na-jumpstart na natin na nagagamit na siya and people are actually really transferring during the enclosed network, we can test it, we can calibrate, and we can tweak mag-fine tune tayo, mag-polish tayo ng kung ano mang mga glitches or bugs or whatever potential problems that we may have, para pagdating ng open network, malinis na siya. So parang it reminds me of Apple and the way they approach things. No, they don't just bring things out without it being almost perfect. Okay, KYC verification and mainnet balance transfer. Okay, ayan na yung mga excited sa KYC. Know your customer or client. KYC is a process that verifies in the identification to distinguish genuine accounts from fake ones. The vision of Pi Network is to build an inclusive and most widely distributed token and ecosystem for all pioneers. The mining mechanism of Pi Network is social network based, and the mining rate has halved 5 times so far as the social network size grew to over 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, and 10 million engaged members. Therefore, Pi has a strict policy of 1 account per person. This requires a high degree of accuracy to establish that members in the network are genuine human beings, preventing individuals from being able to unfairly hoard Pi by creating fake accounts. Pioneers' KYC results will depend on not only identity verification, but also their name matching with the Pi account and screening against government-sanctioned lists. KYC thus helps ensure the humanness of the network and compliance with the anti-money laundering law and anti-terrorism regulations. Okay. So basically, KYC is there just to make sure that you are a unique human and you're a legitimate citizen of the world. And it will only be, you can only prove that through your government-issued IDs. Okay? And very valid yung dahilan kung bakit kailangan natin mag-KYC, because yun nga, compliance yun sa laws, international laws, saka para maiwasan yung anti-money laundering and anti-terrorism na rin, no? Tsaka yun na nga, maiwasan na yung mga madadaya na gumagawa ng maraming accounts para ma-boost yung mining rate nila, yung gumagawa ng bots, gano'n, and then yung mga basta anything na other than the real person mining in their mobile phones. Okay, so saan tayo? Sabi niya, as communicated at the founding of the network, to ensure true humanness, fake Pi accounts and scripted mining are strictly prohibited. Bawal yun, ha? These accounts will be disabled. Disable sila pagka nahanap and will not be able to migrate to Mainnet. Over the past 3 years, multiple technical mechanisms have been implemented to identify bots and fake accounts. For the accounts identified as highly likely to be fake by Pi's algorithm, the weight is on these accounts to prove otherwise. These identified fake accounts will either be disabled or go through a much more rigorous review and appeal process. The allocation of KYC slots will be prioritized, and accounts with a high likelihood of being true human holders. Only the accounts with verified identities will be allowed to transition to Mainnet, and only the Pi balances attributable to identity verified accounts will be allowed to transfer to the Mainnet balance. When a pioneer and their referral team and security circle members pass the KYC, determines if and when and what to extent a pioneer can transfer their balances. Below is a hypothetical example of to illustrate how KYC verification of pioneers affects their balances in migration to the mainnet. Okay, medyo example na lang naman to eh. So basically, kailangan lang natin ma-identify yung mga balances na sinasabi nila, no? So for simplicity, we define different concepts of Pi balances as follows. Mobile balance. The Pi balance is currently shown in a Pioneer's account in the Pi mobile app. Yan, example, ito. What you're seeing right here, ang tawag dyan, we define that as mobile balance. So, yan yung total. Yan yung minine mo, na-earn mo for mining, kasama yung na-shared mine mo with your security circle and your earning team. Okay. Tapos, transferable balance, the balance that has been allowed to be transferred to the mainnet because the pioneer and their specific associated individuals in their referral teams and security circles have passed KYC. So, yung transferable balance, malaman natin lahat yan. Actually, pwede na. You can check it sa sa mainnet menu, no? So, kung ikaw, sampu ng mga kasama mo sa earning team mo at saka security circle mo na nag-pass na ng KYC, kung ano yung na-share niyo na amount plus yung na-earn mo, lahat yun matatransfer mapupunta sa transferable balance mo na mapupunta sa when mainnet arrives, no? Okay. So yan yon. So that only means na yung 266.8788 hindi makukuha agad basta-basta unless lahat kayo dito sa ay KYC na. Alright, mainnet balance. The balance that has been migrated and transferred by the pioneer to the mainnet. So, tama, yun nga, yung ito yung yung transferable balance, yung ililipat sa mainnet balance. Yun. I think mainnet balance is not just the transferable balance. Mainnet balance includes yung transferable balance tsaka yung whatever Pi na nabigay sa'yo previously siguro by other pioneers na KYC na tsaka with in-app transfer na before. So if medyo confusing sa inyo, sabihin nyo lang, I can answer those questions later. Ayun. So, anyway, I'm not going to delve into yung mga examples. Nasabi ko na naman yung general niya. So, ito. Pero anyway, ito. Sinasabi niya merong yung tatlo, di ba? Merong Pioneer Rewards, may Contributor Rewards, and may Ambassador Rewards. So, yung Pioneer Rewards, basically, yan yung makukuha ninyo sa as transferable balance. Yan sigurado nyo pagka na-KYC kayo. Kung na-KYC yung kasama sa sa mining yung security circle nyo tsaka sa earning team ninyo, yung contributor rewards tsaka ambassador rewards ninyo, masasama rin yun doon sa transferable balance. Okay? Alright, so ano masabi niya? As more of pioneer, ayun na nga, sinasabi niya, in the future, as more of your referral team and security circle members pass KYC, more portions of your mobile balance will become transferable balance. Okay? Alright, ito pa, sabi niya, during the enclosed mainnet period, any mobile balance that has not become transferable balance will remain in the mobile mining app until the associated pioneers in their referral team and security. Nasabi ko na to actually kanina, yun nga, hindi siya masasama. So, anyway, ito na, basta tayo sa mga importanteng mga bagay. Restrictions in the enclosed network. Ay, nako, spot on pala yung yung napag-usapan natin nung isang araw about this, nung Wednesday. When I read this, eksakto yung yung pagkakaisip ko kung ano yung mga bawal. So sabi niya, while transactions between PIAPs and pioneers and pioneer to pioneer transactions are allowed within the Pi network. So ano sabi? Transactions sa mga PIAPs allowed na sa enclosed network. Transactions pioneer to pioneer or peer-to-peer allowed na sa Pi network during the enclosed network. The enclosed network will have in place the restrictions as listed below. These restrictions at this stage help enforce the enclosed nature of the network. Okay. Una, there will be no connectivity between Pi and other blockchains or crypto exchanges. Okay. Ayan na, again, bawal. Bawal ang connection between Pi and other blockchains or crypto exchanges. So, naman yan, automatic naman yan since wala naman tayong connection with them, no? Mainnet can only be accessed through the Pi wallet and Pi apps on the Pi browser. So, okay ha, so yun lang. Yung mga magagamit nyo lang is yung Pi wallet nyo, hindi nyo matatransfer yung anything in your Pi wallet to another wallet. Kasi nga, closed there. So, then the mainnet blockchain will be accessible to any computer in the internet, but only through a firewall to enforce the above rules. So, ma-access natin yung mainnet blockchain, pero firewalled siya. Okay? There will only be core team nodes on the mainnet to ensure that the firewall is in place at all times. Okay, so maganda, magaling. So core team nodes lang ang gagamitin during the enclosed mainnet, which is good kasi syempre 'di ba yung integrity nung mainnet assured yon because ang nodes na ginagamit during the mainnet during the enclosed mainnet is just the core team nodes. So we don't need to hindi na natin need na mag-alilangan pa na baka mamaya merong the other nodes that are external, baka hindi ba external, the other nodes na hindi naman ng core team, mamaya pwedeng pwede siyang ma-compromise, right? In this way, since core team nodes ang ginagamit, panatag tayo doon. Alright, okay, sige tayo. The enclosed network will support the economic activities and growth of the Pi ecosystem. Thus, pioneer-to-pioneer transactions are possible through the Pi wallet, as KYC pioneers will be able to use the Pi wallet to transact in Pi. Pioneers can also spend Pi in Pi apps on the Pi browser, which can access the mainnet through the Pi apps SDK and the Pi blockchain API. During the enclosed network period, an app on the Pi browser can only use the Pi blockchain APIs whitelisted by the firewall to interact with the mainnet. The following uses of pioneer-to-pioneer, pioneer-to-app, and app-to-pioneer transactions will be allowed. Yan yung mga allowed Again, exchange of Pi for goods and services through Pi apps. Allowed dyan. Transfer of Pi between pioneers for goods and services. Yan, allowed dyan. The following uses will be prohibited. Ayan na. Bawal to. Exchange of Pi for fiat currency. No. Do not exchange your Pi for pera. Exchange of Pi for other cryptocurrencies. No rin. Bawal ipagpalit ang Pi ninyo with other cryptocurrencies. Kahit na gano'n pa sila ka-popular, no? And transfer for Pi for a future promise of fiat or other cryptocurrencies. Ayan, this one is very specific, ha? Bawal yan. Yung magngangako kayo, mag-uusap kayo, pagka open mainnet, tayo, palitan tayo nito ng pera or cryptocurrencies. Bawal yon. So, if for some reason, they find out na meron ganun kayong transactions, masa-sanction kayo. Okay, let's continue. We will enforce the above restrictions by adding a firewall to the mainnet and by exclusively running the mainnet nodes for this interim period. So this enclosed mainnet is an interim period. So kung transitioning tayo to the fully open mainnet. Community nodes will continue to run on the test net. So yung community nodes, yung mga hindi core team nodes, they will still continue to run, pero sa test net pa rin sila. We will continue to implement interface and other changes to the nodes in preparation for the open network period, where the community nodes will be able to run on the mainnet. The restrictions of the network to keep it enclosed will be relaxed as it reaches the next period, open network. Okay, ayan. Ngayon, what do we expect sa open network? Ito na. Let's go. Ayan, we're nasa end tayo. Okay, the open network period, ito na. Depending on the maturity of the enclosed network economy and the progress of the KYC, this period may begin on Pi Day, March 14, 2022, Pi 2 Day, June 28, 2022, or even later. The open network period means that the firewall in the enclosed network period will be removed, allowing any external connectivity, example to other networks, wallets, and anyone who wants to connect to Pi Mainnet. API calls will not be firewalled, and pioneers will be able to run their own Pi nodes and API services. Pioneers will have connectivity with other blockchains. Community nodes can also run the mainnet. So, yan na. So, fully open na siya. Pero, may, important detail dito is, open network is dependent on what happens to our closed network and closed network. So, it may be as early as March 14, Pi Day. It may be on Pi 2 Day, which is June 28, or baka later pa. So, whatever we do from this time na mag-start ang enclosed mainnet until the first few months will determine the open network period date. Okay? So, yan. Alam ko medyo spoon feeding yung ginawa ko, but this is good. Maganda tong nagawa natin to para ma-force kayong binasa nyo yung clause. Alright? Okay, so I hope nakatulong sa inyo. Kung may question kayo, just write on the comments and we'll try to answer it. Okay, thank you very much. This is Neb Anico of Pi Manila and Pi Manila Marketplace. Have a great day.